here in the woods. There's a store that was roughly 65 feet long. It was a farm implement store. And there's an old picture that showed the outhouse. It's right off the corner of the building. And well, this flag marks where I believe the corner was. And then I found the pit right here. Everything was very accurate. There's another one right there. So I might pop them open, see what's there. Found a pit. There's the ash layer. We got our first bottle on the way out, way down there. Here, Jake. We got early machine made whiskey, circa 1915, 1920, pre-prohibition.
They're throwing them over the fence. Don't tell people.
Ton of seeds. Yeah.
I got something too here. I think. Let's find it now.
Come on, Tom. You almost got that one. Come on. Is that embossed?
Machine made 1914, A.M. Smith. We're out here in this woods, digging underneath the tree. Here's some of the finds, all machine made, early machine made though, pre-prohibition. Down 4 or 5 feet, got a few bottles on the way out. Looks like a wedge map. Whiskey.
I miss peas.
Amber whiskey. That one's got a tooled top. Oldest bottle yet.
That's a good one.
Whiskey.
Jack on it.
You can kill it anyway. Well, we got our first soda bottle out of the implement dealership privy, tool top, Cheyenne Bottling Works from Valley City. Awesome. The tree hasn't collapsed on me yet, so far so good.
You're still here. Watching last night. Celebrate having. He says, I'm gonna go to the saloon and have some whiskey. And the guy opens his desk drawer and says, you don't have to go to the saloon. Here you go. of whiskey in their drawer?
I assume so.
Painter. Whiskey.
Yeah, I know. They say they don't get paid for digging up bottles. That's their job. That's their job. Still a loss of history. I got something too here. I think. Yeah, talk about sad stories. We were talking about unusual stories, sad things. One of the guys in my research, who was a photographer, my photographer research, was the editor of the paper in Brockett. And they found him down by south of, let's see what was the name of that town. He was supposed to have gone to Frederick, and they found him mostly naked, running a race with imaginary people.
Oh.
Did he win?
I don't know. The authorities came and took him to the state hospital in Jamestown, and that's where he died. I suspect he probably had a brain tumor.
Bucket.
I'm trying to film here. I'm making a movie.
Right. Bucket.
Oh. What year's that one?
1915. Up to October. That's when you tip a converter when you go on vacation.
That guy must be late. Is that the motherload?
Another AM Smith model.
Oh, is that like NyQuil AM or like Tylenol PM?
Maybe it's a PM Smith.
Think so?
Yeah, I think the tree's going to appreciate that.
It's probably starting to get a little unsafe.
What?
So it's probably starting to get a little unsafe. Yeah, you know. Well, it's. I mean, not for me. I'm fine. You don't even want to hold one up and say, "Hey, look at it. You got one coming out."
I just want to get out of this thing. I found 3 walls. So.
What's that? He's back. He made it to his appointment. Oh.
He's a frustrated auto racer.
Tom's doing a hell of a job down
I had
there.
an earworm the other day. It was the song gets stuck in your head. And it was with that one about Shut Up and Dance. It's a group called Walk the Moon.
I haven't heard it.
You heard of that song?
I can't say I have.
Follow your song.
We're getting the motherload, dude.
Yeah. many bottles we got? Probably like 30 or 40 out there.
My mom wanted to tell a story about my childhood kitchen.
I'm way down in there. I'm certain this was some sort of blind pig or, you know, illegal saloon. It was listed as an implement dealership, but there's definitely something else going on. The pit is all finished up. They're filling it back in. It was definitely a privy, and I'm certain there was some sort of blind pig or illegal saloon being run out of the place, listed as an implement dealership. There were 52 bottles total. Of those 52, 36 of them were whiskey quarts. There were 4 A.M. Smith wine quarts from 1914, 6 pints of whiskey, 2 beers, a utility bottle, 2 drugstore bottles. I noticed there were some of these serving tops on the whiskey bottles. There was also that one soda bottle. I put that one away already, that Cheyenne Bottling Works. So there's a lot of traffic going through here. I'll get it filled in, and we have one other spot we'll probably dig when I get back on Monday. Back in Dazey, gonna dig up the other pit behind where that implement dealership once stood. Just gotta find the spot again. It's back in here somewhere. Got some rain last night. Looks like it washed some of the bottles off we dug yesterday. And here's a spot we dug. Here's today's spot. I'll have to get the dimensions figured out exactly and start at it. Got the pit opened up. Found a vintage Mountain Dew can. Kind of cool. The thing is from the 80s, early 90s.
From Hades.
Yeah. I got the backfill off, started digging into the use layer. There's a bunch of bricks in the backfill, and this pit doesn't have a great age. Post-Prohibition, there's some bottles with paper labels still somewhat intact. Started finding some pistons, maybe out of a tractor or something. But there was a broken, let's see, Cheyenne Bottling Works crown top. So there, I don't know, might be a soda in here or something. We'll see how it goes. Down about 5 feet, 4 or 5 feet. Well, it's an interesting pit. We went from post-prohibition into prohibition, and we're finding a bunch of drugstore bottles and extract bottles, indicating they were definitely drinking or consuming alcohol during prohibition. Confirmed on that other pit, this was definitely some kind of illegal saloon. Finished the pit. It was roughly 5 feet deep, 4 feet long, 2 feet wide. Spanned from maybe just prior to prohibition or right at, up to about 1940. This was no doubt the most recent pit used by the implement dealership. There should be another pit out here somewhere, so I'll start looking. Got it filled back in, and I took a walk around probing and found 2 more pits. One here, one over there. That one over there is big. Oh, we got it opened up. There's definitely a use layer down there. It's not as busy as the first couple pits. I don't know, I guess I'll widen it out.
It wasn't a
Oh, that's just
it was ISIS. I know.
came out. No idea what it is. It almost looks like a lantern type piece, but it says Jewel Manufacturing. Got our first bottle on the way out. See what we got here. Broken wine bottle. We also got this stopper, possibly to some kind of decanter. So maybe we'll find the decanter down here somewhere. Seems like we're in the 1890s era right now. Here we go so far. Got our first intact bottle out of this pit, this wine bottle. And corner's knocked out of this one, but it's the Dr. Kilmer's swamp root kidney and liver and bladder cure. Bring him to New York. And got a bottle on the way out here. What do we got? Whiskey. Finished the pit. It was about 4.5, 5 feet deep, 4 feet long, maybe 2 feet wide. Here's the hull. Got a swamp rat bottle of wine, whiskey, quart, a beer with a partial label, but not enough to really figure out what it says. And then these are the most interesting pieces, these jewel tanks of some sort. I don't know. I'll have to do some research to figure out what they were. Over on what may be the final pit in this lineup, the fourth one, I'd found out that the implement dealership was a general store prior, and that was started in 1886. We found a top to a early extract bottle. It's around here somewhere, and just pulled up this Ram UMC Nitro Club number 12 gauge shotgun shell. So I'll just keep digging and hope for the best. Feels like there's a lot of stuff down here. Doing a couple, maybe 3 feet. First bottle is this little pharmacy type bottle. Got a broken drinking glass. We're in about the year 1900 here. Bottle on the way out. I think it's a drugstore bottle. Yeah. Huh. Cool. Down about 4 or 5 feet on the one side. A bunch of slick drugstore bottles and this, I think it's Russian cement. Russia cement. Huh. Oh, I'm gonna clean down this next side and make sure there's a few more goodies in here. Got some kind of, I think, alcohol bottle on the way out, maybe a beer. Yeah, hock wine.
That's a tall bottle.
A tall bottle. Oh. Well, the air is right. Maybe we'll find a soda.
Your plate stuff came from England.
Oh, this pit keeps going. Getting all kinds of drugstore bottles. A couple window pieces, a bunch of broken windows. I don't know what happened, but they ended up breaking some windows at some point. Just pulled up this plate. It's from Brussels, England. I'd say we're in the 1890s for sure. Finished the pit. It was about 5 or 6 feet deep. It's the width of it there. Mostly drugstore bottles, household items. The folks must have been living above the store. I still don't think this was the earliest pit though. There's likely one more back here somewhere.